sweet baby Yoda in there real good.
Guys, welcome to Christmas with the Kranks. It's the Kranks, right?
The Kranks, yeah, Krang.
Krang.
Yeah,
The Krang.
absolutely. God, I wish it was Christmas with the Krang.
That movie would have been
that. Yeah.
Guys,
Better
this is
concept.
Burn After Watching. As usual, we review an amazing movie. I think isn't this something like the IFA's top?
Yeah,
top 100 or
IFC?
something?
Yeah.
It's on the top 10,000 Christmas
No,
movies.
it's
of all time.
IFA. It's not on the IFC.
It's on the top 10,000 Christmas movies of all time. I think it's 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 was in one. It's like an honorable mention.
It's just best.
If Razzie had a holiday category, this would win every year consecutively after it had been made.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, guys, Christmas with the Kranks.
Okay, the premise of this movie is pretty easy until you actually get to the third act, and you're like, what? It just completely unravels.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be that.
Oh, that's what it unravels? Oh,
First,
okay.
hey.
Tell me more. Oh, let's talk
Hey.
about this. Holiday beer.
Beer de
Holiday
Noël.
beer. Two
Holiday
roads.
beer. Yeah.
Holiday ale.
Prost.
Prost.
Also, we have delicious chocolate pretzel Pop-Tarts.
Because
our
we know
friends
people
from
like
the
eating
Two
on the
Roads
podcast.
crew.
We're going to do it.
Ooh, that's good.
It's yummy.
Ooh, that's good. Because we sponsored by obesity.
Yep.
I like,
Sponsored by the holiday season
I like this tight camera right
when
now.
you just
Look
want
at
to feed your face, brother. Okay, so premise of this
But the
movie.
way Hulk Hogan says it, so it
Yeah.
makes me- I get it.
First
I get it.
movie,
I get it.
daughter is leaving the family.
Yeah,
Yes,
daughter
going
is
Peace Corps.
going on the Peace Corps
Played
and
by,
leaving her
played by
parents.
that lady from
Yeah.
the 90s.
Sure, the blonde.
Mhm.
And
Interesting.
yeah,
The blonde
sure.
one.
And she won't be there for the holidays, but she'll be there next year. So she's going to be gone a whole year, and you can tell because the parents live for their daughter that this has just destroyed their world.
But then they're like, hey,
Hey.
instead of having Christmas, we'll save money and go on a cruise instead, and we just won't do anything Christmas.
Also, can I just say,
No.
you almost
Yes.
are kind of rooting for Tim Allen at the beginning of this movie. You're like, yeah, this guy just wants to go,
Yeah.
take his wife, save some money,
I'm
not
actually-
be
I'm
sad that his daughter's not there. He's like, no, let's go do something for ourselves. And
Especially
then,
if you're empty nesting it. That
Yeah.
sounds like a fantastic
yeah,
idea.
exactly.
Like,
It's something to do.
yeah.
Julie Gonzalo is her name. Is that interesting?
Yeah, never been in anything else. Oh, can we talk about their names?
No, she's been in a ton of stuff.
What do you mean?
The
Luther?
daughter's name is Blair.
Blair.
Yeah, the husband's father's name Luther. You know, because when you look at Tim
And of
Allen,
course-
you immediately
and
think
Nora.
Luther.
And
And Nora, yeah.
Played
She's
by the
just like,
incomparable,
ho-hum.
the incomparable Jamie Lee.
Yeah, literally the worst thing she's ever been in. Dear God.
Incomprehensible is what I meant.
Yeah.
Hands down, worst thing she's ever been in.
I'm gonna look at her credits and prove you guys wrong right now. Hold on.
I won't believe you.
No, True Lies was fantastic. Freaky Friday
Yeah.
was fun.
Even the shitty Halloween
Even
movies,
Freaky
she was better
Friday.
than
Even
this.
Freaky Friday.
Because at least
Friday.
she had an acting plan
No.
and her plot made sense.
She was in Scream Queens.
Oh, Scream Queens was amazing, and she was one of the best characters. So
Damn it. I don't remember her in Veronica Mars. Okay, keep going.
But again,
Derail
yeah,
this.
exactly.
So,
Damn it.
basically, these guys are trying to go do their thing.
They're gonna skip Christmas.
But everyone in the town is
Yeah, because they're
very
going on a cruise
traditional.
and there's
Yeah.
no one else. It's an empty nest thing.
Right.
Okay,
Everyone in
that
the town
makes
is very
sense.
traditional, and they will not take no for an answer. that
Yeah, but
these guys
apparently,
don't wanna
yeah,
do
not
Christmas
only
stuff.
are these people kind of jerks, as you get to know them, they're jerks. Also, the entire town are all jerks. They're all jerks, and they're all about pressuring each other and having
bullying.
to conform.
And bullying.
Yeah.
You gotta feel like these guys, like that one black guy that lives there, they all
Yeah.
say he's their friend because that way they don't sound racist.
By the
when
way,
they say racist jokes.
do you know who that black guy is?
I've seen him and stuff. I
Big
think.
Mike from Chuck, dude. It's Big Mike
Big
from
Mike,
Chuck.
you're right,
I was
Big
like, yeah, Big Mike. I was
Big
super,
Mike.
super psyched. Super psyched.
I was watching this movie, and about halfway through, I'm like, this movie is a metaphor for Scientology. I feel like that's what Scientology is. To, live inside Scientology is like living in that town.
So much pressure.
Yeah, where it's like
Put
you
up
have
the
to be like
snowman.
everybody.
Put up that fucking
Everyone's in your
Frosty.
business.
Donate
and
30
yeah.
grand so you can go
Yeah.
to the next level.
Exactly.
Okay, the premises I made just from the beginning of this movie, I was like, Nora's the kind of lady that cries during commercials.
Yeah.
And Tim Allen's the kind of guy that just hates everything about everything. He
Yeah.
just,
My literal first note of this. My literal first note is Tim Allen is a dick.
he is. So then, the first real scene you see these guys, they're arguing over stuff. And then she needs to go get something in the store
Yeah.
when it's pouring like the worst rain I've ever
And
seen in my
also,
life.
they're parked across the street, and it's clear that there are cars and parking spots on the other side
Yeah,
of the street.
Yeah.
They do not do that.
Then she goes, "Oh, I need to get this stuff. So you go in and get it?" And it's like, you need to get this stuff, bitch. What the, what are you asking him for? And he's like, "Oh, well, it's rain. I don't really want to do that." He ends up doing it, of course, and then hilarity ensues because he keeps getting wet.
That scene lasts way too long.
It's like 10 minutes.
I mean, this movie felt like it was 5 hours long, and because the scenes like that, where it's just like, what are we still doing? This is a one note gag. He gets wet,
And at no time was there a joke that was funny. Like I was like, maybe was there a joke I chuckled at?
honestly, when he jumped over the puddle and then was splashed, like, come on, that was hilarious.
Yeah, or when the entire
And I mean that as seriously as I said it.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Or when
so
there's-
funny.
Oh no!
No, it's okay. I was gonna say when the entire front of the store comes down and just
Yeah.
springs water down on him.
Also, that store's broken. They need to
Yeah.
fix that. Also, a Santa outside selling umbrellas because that's what
Yeah.
he does.
And he's
Yeah.
like a
Pays the
Santa
bills.
with one umbrella. Under an umbrella, a different umbrella.
Like
It's
a-
not what he's
yeah,
selling.
like a table umbrella, like one of
Yeah.
those bigger ones.
Then basically just and this is like the first real pressure of the movie. He's like, you gotta buy this umbrella, and he's like, what? No.
Yeah. I
He's
don't
like, you
get
gotta
it.
buy it, man. Buy the umbrella. He's like, I'm already wet. He's
And
like,
we
buy
won't
the umbrella.
we
you
won't do
need
it yet. But the worst part is that this guy gets a callback. It was
Right.
like,
Well, because you're like,
what?
because he's obviously like punching you in the face with
Yeah.
foreshadowing. You're like, so you think
But
like
also, who cares? Like
you
it's
think
just
like
on
this
umbrellas.
umbrella is gonna be something he needs
Yeah.
to win
It's
to like
not.
win this movie, and it is not.
Mm.
It is.
That's not the foreshadowing he's punching.
And it makes me so sad.
It's really dumb.
So they don't give money to charity, so there's a whole bunch of really dumb scenes of them not giving their normal money to charity. Okay.
Because that's part of Christmas.
Right.
You can't do it.
Right, and it's so stupid because it's like if you're already saving about 50% of what you normally spend, I think you can afford to just give some money to some people.
Which
That's what
Nora makes that case, and he's like, no Christmas. And you're like, okay, this is
It's
where
not
you're going.
Christmas.
Yeah.
It's just being a good.
Yeah,
person.
This is
exactly.
where,
Like when
going
they
past
come
the
to
pale.
sell them the $90 tree, it's like, okay, maybe don't buy the $90
Yeah, give
tree.
them
Just give them
$50.
$50
Yeah.
and be like, here you go. We're not getting a tree this year.
Then that person would have been his ass later though, and it would
Yeah.
have not passed
Also,
the runtime.
Of course, there's like no one of any other
Because the
religion in
movie
this
has to
town
happen.
because they're like literally everyone celebrates
and like
Christmas.
militantly.
Yeah,
Like to the point where they're literally like outside
Uh,
their house stalking
But
them
also,
to, like free
look at
Frosty.
the lights on everyone's house. They are immaculate. They are all like stapled
that's the
Yeah.
in
point.
like even
Hey,
rows.
Matt,
Like I was like, holy
that's
shit.
the point. They ruined the chiaroscuro, if you will.
But, I mean, I want to go to this
Like-
neighborhood and look at lights. The place was amazing.
Yeah, but would you want to look at that if you saw like the one house without lights? Would you be like,
I'd be like, boom!
Yeah.
dude, I'm out of here.
Boom!
Yeah, and they lost the competition
Yeah, they came in 12th or something. you
Six.
said? Yeah, 6. Yeah, that's okay. Who cares? Like
because
definitely,
there's only 6 streets that
Yeah,
participate.
definitely knew that information. Thanks.
Yeah.
That means
movie.
every other street had every
Yeah.
other house in compliance
This movie
except
gave
for that
you
one.
so much information you did
Well,
not
no,
care about.
And then when they do the whole stupid scene where they're in their bathing suits and like their priest sees them, which seriously, you're an adult grown
Okay,
person.
so
Like,
also,
what's going
priest
on
is
in this
thirsty.
town?
So
Yeah.
during the movie, like they take time out to. They're basically doing like little vignettes. So
Yeah.
they're doing like
Yeah.
these funny scenes.
It's not like a full movie. It's vignettes.
And so like they're like, oh, to get ready for vacation, we obviously have to tan.
Yeah.
So the first scene is just Jamie Lee Curtis in her bathing suit, which I was like, okay, I mean she's older, but like okay, sure.
Not
And
too bad.
yeah, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. But like she's walks out into the middle of like the mall.
Yeah, it's like there's no
There's no
like
curtain or anything,
yeah,
no
exactly.
privacy.
Like it's just open. It's like a kiosk
And
in the
she's
mall.
fine
Yeah.
with this. She's like cool with this. And then but then
her
her
priest
business
comes
is right
over.
there. And he's just eye fucking the shit out of her.
Yeah,
face.
seriously. Can we also talk about the
Yeah.
fact that Jamie Lee Curtis's character is like the weakest person in this movie? Like every time she's like, why did like she's like, why
She's
do we
so
have to tan?
yeah.
And he's like, because we just do. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't want to do this. And he's like, no, that's what I want to do. And she's like, fine.
When they were knocking to try to get Frosty, she's hiding in the house.
Yeah, like hiding, like
I'm
legit.
what is going
And
on
she
here?
literally
She's-
closed a man's fingers in a window because she was so afraid of the person.
But no, she also slowed down and let him put his
Like, is
hands in the
this
window.
movie actually like kind of a study on like mental illness? Like, and that she's
I
like
think
literally
just
losing
maybe
her
just
shit.
like conservative
She's-
90s
yeah,
families
I
or something.
don't
Like,
know.
it's like, I'm an overbearing male.
Well, I mean,
Well, no, and like the
I'm a
fact that
submissive
you
female.
live for your kid is shoved down your fucking throat. Like when she tells him she's coming home, no, the first thing you say is, "Look, we didn't think you were going to be here, so you can come in. We'll see you
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. We'll have dinner or whatever. But then we're going on a cruise because we paid for it, and that's what we plan on doing because you just changed your plans. Like, not thinking about your parents at all. And she just
There's so
assumes
many notes
they
on
live
this
for
movie.
me, so...
Yeah,
I
but
took
she's
like
like
3 hours worth of notes on this
fiance,
movie.
though.
There's like 3 hours worth of notes.
I took almost no notes because I hated
Like,
it so much.
Okay. I also want to go back to that Christmas tree guy because first of all, there were people selling Christmas trees door to door.
Yeah, the Boy
Okay.
Scouts. Like, they always
Okay, so they have a Christmas tree for them, which looks like shit, by the way. It was like brown.
Yeah, no, it definitely did
and they're
not
like,
look
it'll be
like worth it.
$90. I'm
Yeah.
like, who's paying $90 in any year
Hey, man,
for a
it's
Christmas
it's
tree?
suburbia, and they're rich.
Yeah.
Come on. We saw those houses.
$90?
Those
Yeah, no,
houses
I mean,
are
they're wealthy. Those are like upper middle class people.
$90.
Yeah. Oh, can we also talk about the fact that, like, at his firm or wherever he worked, everyone was so obsessed with Christmas, and I'm like, you're telling me there's not one Jewish person here. There's got to be at least
Oh, no.
one Jewish
There's
person working
not
here.
Jewish.
But then instead of sending an email, because there was emails back then,
Yeah, definitely.
he types a letter and
A
prints
memo.
it.
And shoves it in people's faces. He's such an asshole about
for
it.
this, I put, is he like just letting them know he's a Jehovah's Witness
Yeah.
now? Like, what's he
Yeah, I
doing?
know.
Like, what is this about? Why would you need to tell anyone?
But
you love
also,
them?
he did say in the letter that I'm not doing this to be bah humbug. I'm just doing it so we don't want to do it this year. And it was like, keeps calling him Scrooge afterwards. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, really, this
Cool.
movie is really makes you think about whether you hate the family more or the town more. Like, who is worse than the other?
There's nobody that seemed to be playing a human in this movie.
Right?
Like, nobody talks like any of this stuff or acts like any of this stuff.
No.
It's like,
Guys, we did have convicted criminal Felicity Huffman in this movie.
Yeah,
we
I
didn't talk
know.
about that. It's like, oh, we got a fella in here.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah.
there's 2 felons because Tim Allen was one back in the day, too.
Yeah.
Look it up. But also, Father Shenanigans. That's what I call the
Oh,
priest.
God.
Father Shenanigans. Like,
It was so weird.
It's like
It's nothing landed in this movie. It was all terrible.
Yeah, and they kept like literally like several scenes where they're hounding him to give them Frosty. I'm like, just give him fucking Frosty.
Yeah, seriously. They said they'll put it up on your roof for you. Just fucking let them
No,
do
you're
it.
not doing it.
seriously.
They're doing it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Yeah.
because when he did put up Frosty, he almost fucking died.
Right.
Yeah. And-
Like, his leg would have been,
oh no, he would have probably had like his leg
yeah,
detached. from the
evolution.
body,
Like an evolution type thing where his, like,
Evolution
stuff pulled
is a
apart.
mystery.
Like, his leg was fucked. I was like, I was like, he's going to be in, like, a brace or a crutch or something, right? And he was
No,
fine.
he's walking around just fine.
well, I mean, he
He's
would
fine.
have had his hip dislocated.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
Also, what I like is that at the end of the movie, apparently at the end of the
We
movie,
can
you
just
realize
skip yeah.
that, yeah. What?
I have too many notes already.
No, it's fine.
That's
I'm
a
just
Jacob's
saying.
ladder
I don't
scenario,
think
and his
we're
dad
all over
died
the
the whole
place,
time.
okay?
Oh.
Yeah, seriously. No. But, like, they never really set it up that he and his neighbor across the street didn't like each other. You thought he was just upset because he wasn't
Yeah, I
celebrating
thought they were all
Christmas.
just douchebags.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they didn't like each other.
And plus, obviously, like, they liked the wife. So then when he's like, do we have to start liking each other now, actually, after he does the nice thing for them? It's like, what?
And that was a
I-
joke, though. That was a joke. He's like,
Hilarious.
no,
So funny.
it
It was so funny because like he felt the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll take care of your cat.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Them
It's like
barring
a
Guys, do you
Wait,
think?
we
do you
didn't really
think
talk
we
about the
need-
rub for this movie, so let's talk about the rub because we didn't talk about how it swishes because it does because they're trying to get away and they're almost ready to go and then their daughter calls and goes
Yeah, so
"Hi."
now everyone's trying to get it ready for their daughter because the whole town
I mean,
apparently
literally.
loves
And Enrique,
their
literally,
daughter.
the man she is in love with
Yeah.
because they were friends for a long time and then they got engaged.
Yeah,
I guess.
and everyone just loves her.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So.
look at her. I mean, she's gorgeous.
And plus Blair, I mean,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
You know,
anybody
she's
named Blair,
like-
you know, is just
She's got
giving
those
it
really
hard.
distinct
Blair Witch
features.
Project. Yeah.
Those distinct
Exactly.
features that you could totally just talk about right now off the cuff.
Blonde?
Yeah, right.
She is eyes. Two
Right.
eyes.
I don't remember what she looks like.
Maybe a nose.
I remember exactly what she
Sure.
was.
She has
She
eyes.
had a mouth. I'm pretty sure. So.
No, she definitely had a mouth.
I was more. I like that Enrique Iglesias played Enrique. That was really cool about it. It's like bailamos.
They said this mole moved around. That was the only funny joke.
Mm.
He said it.
That would have been
Yeah,
the only
that
funny
would've
joke. They
gotten-
didn't fucking do that.
I have
Actually-
a mole.
All the parts where he like takes so long to walk across the street and then walk back, he was just like the whole time he's like, God, if he got hit by a car right
I'm like,
now, I
please
would
just-
actually.
I would give this movie everything.
props. Yeah.
Like this movie.
A total of 3 times during this movie, I wrote, "This movie is so long."
Yeah.
And I like tried there's some of the movies that I'm just like whatever.
But it's not like long because it's filled with important things.
No.
Well,
There's nothing important in this movie.
there's no through line, so it just is like you're just like, oh, this is like a new part of the movie. I'm just
Yeah,
a new
no,
part of the
it
movie.
introduces
Here's the new
shit
part.
that is unnecessary
Sure.
and has like
agree.
when the cops have to stall them and then they end up catching the robber. It's like what's going on now? Like
Who was that weird old guy, and was he a pedophile? That at the end,
Santa.
the old guy that they invited, the little Irish
Santa.
dude. No, the little
Santa.
Irish dude was Santa.
That's
Yes, that was
Santa Claus.
Santa. Dude,
And
that
he
was
was
the whole
not
point of that
Irish.
movie.
He
Jesus
was
Christ.
not
That was
Irish
the
at
rub,
all.
man.
He
He
very
was
Irish looking.
Santa.
He was that
You
fucking
know who he is?
curly ass hair.
You know who
like,
he is? He's the lawyer in My Cousin Vinny, the first lawyer that he gets, who's like a stutterer. He's just a weird
That guy's been in
dude.
other things too.
But he always plays like a weird character.
I legit thought this guy was a pedophile.
in the store.
Or a drunk, because he's when he's in the first part, he's like, I'm
Well,
talking to you, look, I'm like
yeah.
kind of like really, my eyes
Well,
really blurry.
in
and
the
like,
story,
I'm
he's like,
"Is he drunk?"
he's like, yeah, your daughter Blair, and I was like,
yeah. I was like, he's a
Yeah.
pedo.
This guy's
like,
a
he's a little
creep.
pedo.
I was like,
he
at
fucking
least he's a
touched your
creep.
daughter.
Like he's like
Yeah.
leering or something.
No,
like,
but
he,
he's
like,
Santa Claus, you
how's he-
guys.
That's
So
why.
wait,
But he
wait,
still probably
wait, so are you
touches
saying
the
that maybe
first
Santa Claus touches little kids?
The premise of this movie is.
I mean,
Uh,
okay, so if you were to say what is the if you were to give this movie a tagline, what would it be? Just to get home the point of this movie, to get home the
Spike
plot.
Frohmeyer is the only person with a redeemable quality in this movie.
Also, whose last name is
Cranked.
Frohmeyer? Come on, man.
Cranked.
Getting cranked.
Instead,
Just
watch
cranked.
the movie Crank.
Just cranked. Yeah.
I think I'd rather 100 times watch the movie.
This
Crank.
is what I
I've
wrote.
never
This
seen
is
it.
the last thing I wrote. I hate this movie so much. It's the grossest. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
I was worried that little kid was in the snow with no hat. Like he's just driving his bike.
I know. They show him
Why
like
is he outside?
yeah, like and the
In the
snow
snow.
is like
Why is he
really
outside?
blowing, and he's just like riding along.
Well, obviously, Papa Frohmeyer doesn't give a shit except for about Frosty.
Also, guys, did you notice this kid fucking unlocked handcuffs at one point?
Yeah.
Yes,
He
I was like-
unlocked.
I said,
handcuffs.
where did he get
They
the
didn't
key
What the
explain
from?
it.
fuck was that about?
You guys, they don't
I agree.
explain it. Plus, that kid should be smart enough to
He
fucking
commits
know
a felony.
not to let some guy out of a fucking car. Also, those police are the worst. They left the window open, and
Oh, guys,
also
okay, the
they were
police-
inside the house
Sheets
for
married.
like fucking
and
an
Jake
hour and a half.
Busey.
Jake Busey, I know.
I feel
What?
like here's what happened. They couldn't get Chong. Okay, it was gonna be Cheech and Chong. They couldn't get Chong. So like, who better?
And Gary
Jake
Busey is
fucking-
obviously a producer. of
then
the movie,
literally,
probably.
like the
My
second
son will
weirdest
do it
looking
for you.
dude.
And then the blood of the
in
wolf
world.
mother.
Who's
will
always
travel
been
through
like,
his
what'd you say?
veins.
Like always been like 25 to 30 years old, and
Yeah.
looks like he's gonna murder everyone.
He never ages, and he always looks insane.
Yeah, like even when he was 19, he probably looked 25, and now that he's like 40, he still looks 25. I don't know what's going on with you.
Like this is him smiling. He's just like, like why?
But also, they have to drive this guy around because they can't have them there, and the house isn't finished, even though like
Oh
it's
my
beautiful
God.
and there's food and stuff like that.
It's just, you know what this movie should be called? Or not called? I don't know. It's about communication.
burned.
There's no communication in this movie.
This movie,
It is terrible. This movie is about avoiding conflict and communication
This
with
is-
the people
this
that you love
movie
and
makes
what it
me-
leads to.
makes me want to watch Yoga Hosers again just to see what
Yeah,
movie's worse.
This movie made us.
I don't know, this might be
reconsider
worse than Yoga
Hosers.
This is worse than Yoga.
Yeah.
It is so fucking bad. Like I was like, because first of all, Jamie Lee Curtis is in this movie, and Tim Allen. Okay, he's
so
a decent actor, but Jamie Lee Curtis, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Matt, what if this movie had Bratzies? Would you then be all in?
It would
You're like,
probably
oh.
be better because at least
You'd
it'd
be
be like,
like,
oh,
oh,
something
I'm
would
suspending
be happening.
reality
Like
finally.
a Bratzie just goes
Because-
right up Tim Allen's ass.
Because
and
there
kills
was
him.
literally nothing enjoyable about this movie.
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Like at least the Bronzes maybe had a good laugh or something when they came out. I don't know.
Right, and
I
at
don't
least
remember
like they
anymore, but-
made the Canadian jokes and like that was funny enough
There's-
for that movie.
Did
and,
I
like,
miss
there were
the point of
things-
that criminal? Like they had him there. Like was he just completely useless?
Yeah, I mean he was terrible.
Like,
He was stealing stuff, and that, but he
Yeah.
was there to introduce Santa. That's what he was there for, to connect the whole movie together.
Yeah.
Like Santa was selling umbrellas a couple
At
days
the
before
beginning.
You
Christmas.
need one of these, but also like he
Instead of,
never
like,
needed
doing Santa
that,
stuff?
'cause Santa hit the guy. Like,
But
it wasn't
also,
like
why
Tim
wasn't
Allen
he
hit the
doing
guy.
Santa stuff?
Well, because he's
He said something like he says something like, "Oh, I do this on occasion" or something like that. Like, you just sell umbrellas on rainy day.
No, he's like it keeps the bills paid or something like,
what
that.
the
Yeah.
fuck? I'm like,
And he was like, and then he said something about don't get too busy tonight, Santa. And he's like, I always am or something. I don't know. It's so bad.
and then he drives away in his Volkswagen Bug, which becomes Santa's sleigh.
And then we get a little bit of CGI there at the end. So I mean, you know.
Yeah, they're sprinkling. I guess reindeer come all over the house as they fly away.
Ding, 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 ding.
And that's supposed to make it a Christmas
can we
movie.
Like
also-
a moving like Frosty at the end.
I don't
was like, what the
fucking
fuck
know.
is that?
I don't
I don't know. Oh yeah, on the roof, the one. Yeah, that was so stupid. Can we talk about the terrible song that apparently everyone knows when Dan Aykroyd's playing the Squeeze Box?
What was that song?
It was like, I
It was a
wanna
real banger,
be
yeah, that was like-
there. That's
Was that
like
written by
it
somebody?
literally was like if you like the three of us just decided to start singing together
Let's
and
do it.
making
Let's
a
see what
song
we
at
do.
the same time.
I bet you if you look at this-
Christmas is
Yeah.
a time of year that we all go to the store
It
and
was
get
so
that
pretty
ham.
to get your
Ham.
God, why was
Ham.
that?
Ham.
Why was the ham scene?
No, can I just say something too?
Also,
Can I
there
just
was a
fucking
ham
say
in his
something?
house at
That-
the
Can I
end.
that's
just
all
say
bad
something?
about it.
Can I
No.
just say
No, you can't.
something?
No, you
Can I
can't.
just say something? Okay, she's got to have that fucking ham, right? She goes through all
Hickory
these
honey
crazy
ham.
Yeah.
fucking hickory honey ham. Sorry, I'm spitting all over you. This is how like upset I am about this.
This is
She's
basically
got
what
to get this
podcast
ham,
is.
right? Then finally, two people bring turkeys over, so I guess she doesn't need the ham, but she still gets the ham, right? She gets the ham, so then she's got it. So then
an
he-
undisclosed amount of money. That
which
was
is
a lot.
like okay, eat it for dinner tomorrow, like you know. But no, then he takes it over to his neighbors who fucking don't eat ham, and they just
So
like
basically
sure
it's
we'll
a
take
thought
the
that
ham.
counts.
Like
I mean, it
I just
lasts
want to
for a
know
long
like
time.
does that ham get eaten? Like it doesn't get prepared and eaten the way it should.
Because this
be?
was Blair's favorite
It's
ham.
her favorite.
It's her
food.
favorite.
It's her favorite.
And she's gonna be there for 10 more days.
And-
They could cook that ham.
And there was
in
a
3
ham
days.
that lost its fucking life in order for these people to get a ham.
Like,
So
that
I just
ham
need
legit.
to know.
She paid like
Guys,
$200
do
for
you
this
think-
No.
ham.
do you think that ham was John ham?
Oh, right. I forgot she paid for that ham. She
Yeah,
paid
like,
those people like
Hundreds of dollars.
seriously,
possibly.
probably like about $100 for that ham.
Well, they're rich, so it doesn't matter. There's no consequences in this world. It doesn't like. He borrowed his neighbor's Christmas tree. And
Also,
then,
there were some
the
random
rest
people
of
in
the
this
ornaments.
movie. The next door neighbor's brother or like adult son. I don't really know who he was supposed to be. But that was Rickety Cricket from.
Rickety Cricket.
So I was just. He was next door. When they're getting all electrocuted and stuff, he's just laughing with his beer. It was actually pretty funny.
That guy.
It doesn't matter. It's that
Oh,
guy.
Also, guy with binoculars that spies him taking the tree.
Good
He calls
old
the cops.
Randy.
Oh yeah,
David Hornsby.
yeah,
Guy with binoculars that knows these people calls the cops
yeah.
on
Seriously.
these people.
Oh, can we talk about the fucking Christmas tree when they
I don't even
steal
want
the
to.
Christmas
I
tree?
hate
Oh
it
my
so
god,
much.
it was so.
First of all, there's 1,000 ornaments on this.
Yeah,
goddamn
first
tree.
of all, he's like,
Why
I'll
would you
have
try to
it.
move this?
He's like such an asshole. He's like, I'll have it back in perfect condition. It's covered in shit.
Like
Covered.
100%, this is gonna
Like
be
this
messed
guy
up.
really thought. This guy sent him in knowing. He's like, this asshole's gonna break some ornaments on my tree. I didn't want all those ornaments. We need to get rid of some
There's
ornaments.
too many fucking.
I'm gonna
ornaments.
use this guy, and my wife will hate him, but I
they
won't have those
broke-
ornaments on
They
the
broke
tree.
baby's first ornament, though,
I
guys.
know.
Baby's first. He's like, this one says baby's first ornament.
Yeah.
Like,
First off, don't give your baby a glass of
yeah, I
wine.
was like, this baby's
Yeah,
first
maybe.
ornament made of glass.
Yeah. Just straight
Maybe
up,
not.
don't do
Maybe
that.
that's bad.
Guys, is there anything? There's nothing else. We
This
need
might
to
be
talk
this might be worse than Yoga Horses, and it hurts my heart to say that because it blew my schema of the worst movie. Like I thought Yoga Hosers is a bad movie. This movie was fucking abysmal.
This movie was the worst. The crazy part is it really is. It's like Scientology. You get sucked in because you want to know what it's supposed to be about, but
You
you're
never
just
find out.
subjected to
There's no
garbage.
payoff.
and then you're getting ogled by a priest, you know, just
Yeah.
like Scientology.
Yeah,
And getting Botox for no goddamn
Yeah.
reason.
exactly.
That was just for a scene. It was just
And
like to have a
conforming-
gag.
She was
in a
fine
scene.
afterwards. So
Conforming to your other mostly white, you know.
yeah, basically what it is you can't do anything different. You need to conform, especially when it comes to Christmas.
And obviously, ladies need to
I-
lose weight before they go on vacation and cannot ever appear strong.
I asked the question: is this movie part of the war on Christmas? I feel like this is a attack on Christmas of
terrible.
some sort.
It is.
It was attacking my heart because I was like,
Guys,
Heavy, you guys, heavy.
would you burn this after
Oh
watching?
God.
if I had a
Would
layer,
you burn
I'd
it
lay
before
right
watching?
now.
I think I would burn it before watching.
You know what I would do?
I recommend just not watching this.
It was free on Netflix and it was not worth it, guys.
I would
I
have
would
a
recommend
fire. I would have a fire abortion and
Steal-
destroy this thing before it even started.
steal your neighbor's Christmas tree and burn that.
If I had a time machine, and I might build one now, I'd go back in
Okay,
time
this is
and
what I
kill
have to
everyone in
say.
this movie.
This is
before
what
they
I have
did
to
it.
say. So as a kid, I loved Christmas Vacation. Still love it because it's ridiculous and whatever, and I still watch
Okay.
it. But as a kid, I never realized how much of an asshole Chevy Chase was, and then as an adult, like, you actually feel bad for those neighbors that you hated as a kid. You're like, oh my god, these poor people have to live next to this asshole, right? I still think he's better.
I was like,
than-
now imagine
Yeah.
if Christmas Vacation was not funny at all.
Exactly. Like
there
there's
was
no comedy.
no funny moments.
It's just a bunch of assholes.
Or coherent moments.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I
sorry.
don't know how anyone like got through the script in this.
Yeah.
And was like, yeah.
Or
okay,
like
I'll do
that.
this.
I always think the preview viewing, like people have to watch it before it goes
Yeah.
out, and they're like, "Good,
Yeah.
this one's gonna be good." Like,
Well,
no,
you know who did
no.
that though? Dan
No.
Aykroyd did
Yeah.
that. Dan Aykroyd was like, "Oh, this is a great movie.
Oh.
Drink my vodka.
Yeah.
Smoking Skull vodka."
He didn't even have it yet. He needed to buy it after this movie.
That's why I made Crystal Skull vodka, guys. Because I hated this movie so much.
And use the ice to ice down your marbles.
That's one for my Dan Aykroyd and two for you. Want to do Dan Aykroyd impression?
We're on a mission from God.
I like it. Okay, that's and three for hers. Okay,
Guys, burn this. Don't watch this.
Don't ever watch
Please
it.
do not watch
Don't
this.
ever watch this
I'm
movie.
begging you.
Like I don't want to
Not
celebrate
to watch the
Christmas
movie.
anymore because of this movie.
Yeah.
Like I just want to stop celebrating.
I don't have kids anymore because of this movie.
I killed them.
We'll talk about that in the next one, but she did kill all her children. So.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. There.